In this video, I'll show you how to create soft face framing layers for really thick hair that's easy for your clients to manage and actually style on their own. So first I'm starting with K18 and I'm just going to spray that all over hair. It's a nice way to kill two birds with one stone because you could do a little treatment on the hair while you are combing it to cut it. If you have clients that have super tangly hair, like when you wash it, it's always just like kind of difficult to detangle, this brush is going to change your life. It's so inexpensive. It's on Amazon. This is amazing. I will link it in the description below if you want to check it out. So now I'm going to part her hair where she likes it, and I'll first cut the perimeter. She shaves the back of her head, so I really don't need to take super small sections when I'm bringing them down. So I just start in the middle and make my first cut with very low tension. And just a tip to make sure it's even and consistent, I move the client with each section to ensure that I'm always square with the section I'm cutting. I'm sitting because I'm pregnant, but normally I would have them stand and hold the back of the chair for stability. As I get to the sides, you notice she already has some face framing, so I leave that alone for now because this is where I'll be creating a lot of the shape, and the perimeter will be altered when I do that anyways. Now I'm going to establish my guide for the face frame, and since this is the focus of the haircut, I'm going to start here and build the rest of the shape off of it. I'm going to section out a small triangle, taking equal weight from either side of her part. I'm going to use her facial features as a guide for where I want the shortest layer to fall. I'm choosing her chin because once it's dried and styled, it will fall right about at her lips, which is so pretty. So I'll cut the guide at a 45-degree angle with minimal elevation, with the shortest point being the middle of her parting. On the other side, to make sure I cut it even, I match the longest point of the angle I just created and then cut the 45-degree angle to match what I did on the other side. Now I'll take another small section of the face frame, pull it in line, and establish another point on my face frame guide, and cut either side straight across or at an angle, because either way I'm going to go in and connect the points, which will put angles in naturally. So that's what I'm doing here, and now I'm going to be slide cutting to connect the guide points that I created, and this way it comes out even on both sides every single time. Just make sure to use a lot of tension when slide cutting and let the shears glide smoothly by opening the scissors slightly before there is any increase in resistance as you go down. So now I'm going to bring down my last section of the face frame, which I'm going to end it right above the ear. I'll use 0 elevation, and I'm just going to connect to the end of my guide. Then I'm going to start connecting the face frame to the back sections. So to connect the face frame to the back, my goal is to create a gradual transition into longer layers as you move back. So I'm bringing up pie-shaped sections and over-directing them forward, using my face frame layers as a guide for my shortest layer in the back. Over-directing is going to create a long transition from shortest to longest layers, so there's lots of movement in the hair without choppiness because those layers are so gradual. So once I've done the first section in the middle, I move out to the outer sections, taking a small portion of the previous section as my guide. So I have the guide from the face frame and the guide from the previous sections in order to cross-check my work. The last step I do is dry the hair smooth and refine it. So I find areas where I see weight could be removed, and I use my thinning shears to remove density where the hair is fuller, and I point cut to soften the edges of the layers. And I feel like you guys have to meet my Newfoundland Sam too. He just loves to hang out whenever I cut hair. He's such a good boy and he's so friendly. And that's my little Isla right there. She is the cutest little daughter of all time. Of course, she wants to be a hairstylist. And what's funny about Isla is I am a complete scatterbrain, and whatever you want to call it, ADHD, that's fine. But she's constantly keeping me on top of stuff that she knows needs to be done. Luckily, I've implemented systems for myself, so they are used to a schedule and a routine. But if I forget something, she's like, "Oh, mom, did you take your prenatal pill? Oh, mom, don't forget to do this. Oh, mom." Like, she's like always keeps me on task. Like, she's amazing. Now I'm just going to finish with like this sort of faux blowout that I do. And basically, I just curl the hair. I use some rollers in it to just add volume and body. But my goal is not to create like really strong curls. I want her to be able to see the layers that we put in and not just hide them with curls. So basically, I just put a few rollers in the front and it holds the volume really well for those face framing layers. These are the rollers I use, which I will link in the description for you. They're called Charlie. I love them because they are thermal rollers and they're super long. So they're really good for thick hair and they're really good at setting the hair. And for the rest of the hair in the back and the sides, I'm doing a soft wave by doing more of a classic curl and actually adding bounce in the ends rather than keeping the ends straight and twisting out like a beach wave. I hold the curl in my hand before dropping it, and this just kind of gives it like a quick setting effect. Her hair holds pretty well, so I don't really need to put the whole thing in rollers or pin it up in order for it to last a really long time. My name is Lauren. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if there's any other videos that you would like to see, and you can click the playlist on the screen for more tutorials, and I will see you soon.